right. Good morning, everyone. This is our weekly community development meeting. This is September 17th, 2020. It is 9 a.m. And I'm calling this meeting to order. In attendance are Commissioners Brooks and Duncan, and Commissioner Chairman Filios is on vacation this week. So, Mary, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you. All right, are there any conflicts of interest? Okay, hearing none. Any changes to the agenda? Hearing none, we will start with our first deliberation, our first action item, and this is case number CUP 20-0004, Nielsen LLC, to complete a modification expansion of a conditional use permit of a mini storage. So, Vlad, are you going to lead us in this one?
Correct. Good morning, Commissioners. For the record, Vlad Finkel with Kootenai County Community Development. As you have just stated, this is a request to expand an existing boat and RV storage facility. The subject property is located north of City of Athol on the east side of Highway 95 and west of Roberts Road. The zoning is rural. The comp plan designation is transitional. And the subject parcel is located within the City of Athol ACI. The city official did not have any concern on this matter. The primary access to the property is off of Roberts Road via an existing private road called Trinity Lane, and then a 60-foot wide easement heading south to the subject parcel. The initial request was approved in 2018 by the Board of County Commissioners with a total of 6 buildings. However, due to some miscommunication, the applicant had consolidated the total square footage of the originally approved buildings into 2 and requested for a minor modification, which in April of 2019, staff had agreed to and approved it. However, that modification had a stipulation that any subsequent development of the subject property would require a public hearing review process for the assessment of any additional impacts that may be associated with the use. This is the newly requested site plan. This proposal has gone through review by the appropriate agencies. It has gone through the public comment period, and the hearing examiner heard this request on September 3rd of this year and subsequently recommended approval. One minor issue that was brought up through the review process was the maintenance of an existing private road. The applicant has agreed to record a road maintenance agreement, and the cost of maintenance will be distributed based on the parties that will sign on to the agreement. At this time, that document has not been signed, but the order of decision does require, the recommendation does require that the applicant has the document signed and recorded prior to issuance of any development permits. Therefore, the need for a perpetual maintenance of that road is in place prior to us issuing development permits on this property. If you got any questions, I can answer them at this time.
Yeah, it looks, I mean, maybe I'm not reading this right, but it looks like a modification of a conditional use permit. That
Correct.
Is essentially what it is?
Correct.
Okay, had this come before us in this form initially, would we have approved that conditional use permit?
This request has actually been approved 2 years ago by the previous Board of County Commissioners, I believe.
I think the commissioner's question is, if what we have before us today had come in the first time, would we have recommended approval? Of course, we can't say would that board have approved it,
Right.
but I think we can say we would have recommended approval.
We would have recommended approval. The proposal is similar to what was originally approved. It's just a change in the overall square footage. I don't,
If I can just jump in, I think the real issue here is we went as far as we administratively could to get this going. They want more. The more we thought needed to come back through the hearing process.
Because I have problems with people buying a piece of property zoned for X, and then now they want to get a conditional use permit, and on top of that, taking the conditional use permit that they have and saying, we want to change the conditional use permit.
well, Commissioner Brooks, the code does have a provision that allows for assessment of any changes or modifications. And there is an explicit section that gives staff the ability to evaluate whether the request is a minor change or a significant change. So the original change a year or so ago was determined to be minor, and this change was considered to be major, and therefore we're before you today.
And the reason you're before us is it's not an automatic.
It's because we believe that the impacts are greater than what can be considered for a minor modification.
We don't want the staff to be perceived as overstepping our
Right.
bounds.
I don't want people who want CUPs be thinking that all they have to do is get their nose in the tent.
Right. It's a legitimate concern.
Okay,
This has run its usual course.
okay.
Now you get to decide.
Yep.
All right. Is there a motion?
Yeah, I'd move that we approve the CUP. I gotta get my eyes up here. Case number CUP 20-0004, Nielsen LLC.
With the conditions proposed by the hearing examiner.
We can read the whole thing if you want. You go
That's
right
right.
ahead.
I'll second.
Aye.
Aye. All right. We can move on to item 7, our signing, case number CUP 19-0007, Faceless Cedar LLC. And this is a signing, I don't know if we need any description. I mean,
It's ready for your signature.
Okay.
As long as you're comfortable, it's what you decided.
yes.
We all voted for it already, huh?
Is there a motion?
Yes, I move that we proceed with the signing in case number CUP 19-0007, Faceless Center LLC.
I'll second.
Aye.
Aye. Yeah, all right, with no further business, this meeting's adjourned. 9:08.